If you're struggling to get engagement on your Instagram posts, you should consider starting to make Instagram carousels a part of your weekly posting schedule. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make Instagram carousels, what to make them about, and why to make them. So stay tuned, and for now, we'll roll the intro. The Blueprint. Welcome back to The Blueprint. It's your boy Mohammed Imam, aka MIVisuals, graphic designer, podcaster, and going on 12 weeks now, consistent YouTuber. Yes, consistent. We're here to kick the YouTube algorithm's butt. Yeah, so make sure you like, subscribe, hit the comments with us with some feedback for us, and yeah, engage in the community that we're building slowly but surely. We also got a podcast running, which has been running for a while. And on that note, we've been getting tons and tons of gems from the podcast, from industry professionals, people that have worked with Marvel, Disney, Instagram, all sorts. And they're dropping tons of gems in the podcast week in, week out. And we're there to absorb it all. So all our listeners are really getting the most out of it. But now we want to also share that with you. So we're going to be sharing a lot of the gems that we've heard on our podcast on Instagram carousels. And today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what I'm talking about in that regard. So Instagram carousels, why should you create them? Why? Because they can be shared directly to your Instagram story very easily. You can choose whatever slide of the carousel you want, and you can upload that directly to your story, and anyone can go ahead and look at it. And then every single slide that you can easily share. And that means that every time someone sees part of that carousel slide that interests them, they go and share it with their friends, with their family, and your post gets a lot more engagement that way. It's proven. A lot of people, a lot of the experts are talking about it, and it's just a fact that currently Instagram carousels are the most efficient way of gaining engagement on your Instagram posts. So that's your why. So what do you want to say in your Instagram carousel? That's very important, because without that, your Instagram carousel is not going to be very structured. You're not going to be able to tell people what exactly you're trying to say. So you want to make some notes, summarize everything you're trying to say into maybe 5 bullet points, and then maybe even think about how you can refine that further, because Instagram carousels are very short and sweet. Hopefully you like this video, but we'll see about that at the end of the edit. They're short and sweet, maybe between 5 to 8 slides. Any more I feel like is excessive. You don't want to be telling people to slide continuously for 20 slides. Like, that's just long and nobody wants to do that. So keep it short and sweet. So if you have 5 things you want to say, maybe try and refine that down to 3, and then think about how you want to put those into your slides. So make sure you have a clear, concise idea of what you want to say and break it down into small points. Instagram carousels are just basically slides in a panoramic view, where it just drags across as you're sliding on your phone. So every time you slide, you're going on to the next slide. And then, it's just a bunch of text, but summarized in a very nice and small, a nice, clear and concise way, supplemented by graphics such as random illustrations or gradients or different ways of just telling your story. That's like what a carousel is and what you want to think about when you're putting in a carousel. What you'll need to make a carousel are 3 things. 1, an application that allows you to actually create slides or carousels. One could be Photoshop, one could be Adobe InDesign, Illustrator, or a free one that you can actually use on your phone, for example, Canva. A lot of people are using Canva to create carousels and a lot of different things as well. So Canva is quite a useful tool if you're on a budget. Number 2, you need to think about a story you want to tell. You want to try and summarize your points into a very clear and concise bullet points, and then think about how you can refine that even further to make the slides short, clear and concise. That's what we want from our carousel. We don't want a lot of information. We don't want information overload. We want people to be able to share them into their Instagram stories, and people can read like maybe 5 words on there that are just simple, powerful and effective. So you don't always have to be long about what you're trying to say. We want to be clear and concise in 2021. Okay? Clear and concise. Number 3, what you also need is some graphical assets that could supplement the text that you're putting in. You want to tell a story, so think of it kind of like a comic book. Think about it kind of like a storyboard, where you're putting in different little graphics to just show what exactly you're talking about visually. You can try and make that interesting. For example, in the one I've created here, you can see the salesman lining down the road, and the road stretches off into the slides as well. And that just adds a very graphically appealing element to the whole carousel. Okay, so how do you create an Instagram carousel? So I'm going to put a Photoshop template into the description that I've created, where you can use that template to create Instagram carousels based on my design. So you can adjust it, remove the assets, remove the graphics, you can change the font to whatever you want. But essentially it's a few slides that I'll create on Photoshop, and I'll be showing you shortly how I created those. So if you want to create a fresh, brand new IG carousel, what you need to do is click on New File, New Carousel, Instagram carousel, and then judge it by pixels, and we'll do 1080, 80, and then 1080 times the number of slides that you want. For example, yeah, keep all the rest of it nice and plain and simple, and then create it. So you can see all this space here can be used as an Instagram carousel. Yeah. Next, what you want to do is set up your guides. So on Photoshop, you can go View, you can create a new guide layout, and then what you want to do is lower this. So what you can do is you can set a set number of columns, and you can base it on the width. So because Instagram, we want it as a square, so each column we want it to be 1080p wide, because the height of the page is 1080p, 10,080 pixels. So 1080 pixels, you can see there's 1 column, 2 columns, 3 columns, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then if you want to add 2 more, there you go, 9, 10. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, and then at the end, once you've filled in everything you want, so how to handle self-doubt, then you can leave it at that. And so once you've got to a point where every single one of those slides are filled in, you want to export it. So we'll export it by first using the slice tool, slice it, and press slice from guides here. So you can see that now it's all been sliced up, and you can see there's little number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. Those are the numbers of the artboards on Photoshop. So artboards are just the canvas, the digital canvas that Photoshop uses. And then we'll go and export, save for web, legacy. We'll zoom out a little bit, and then make sure everything is highlighted, so you can see there's a little yellow outline around them. Yeah. And then press save. Save it wherever you want to save. Okay. And save. And that's done. You've created your Instagram carousel. Now, that's how you create it. But what you want to put in the actual contents, you want to have a bit of contrast in the color of the text. You don't want to use more than 3 fonts, max 3 fonts. You want to make sure that things look cohesive. Don't change things about too much. Use the same font throughout, and then use the same weight of font throughout as well. So every now and then you might want to change it up to add some emphasis, but the rest of the time it's going to be the same. So you want to send that to your mobile, to the drive of your choice, and then it's pretty easy to just upload them on Instagram, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So we're going to select the IG carousel album. We're going to select this multiple button, and then we're going to start from the first slide that we wanted to add, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, which is kind of out of order, fifth one, the sixth one, the seventh one, the 8th one, and the 9th. And there you go, you have 9 slides there. Number 1 is your intro, number 9 is your outro, however many you want to do. So there's 7 slides that have actual information on there. And then we're going to press next, next, and then fix your damn posture. A little posture check for you guys there. We're going to hit share, and then when that's done, our Instagram carousel is now up for your pleasure. There you go. And that's your Instagram carousel up, and then you can go ahead and share it. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. In the next video, I'll be reviewing a book called Still Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. And I'll also be announcing how our giveaway is going to happen. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Last thing is, I've been sitting on my designs for a while. I've never put them out on sale, and I finally put them all up on a site called Redbubble, who are a print-on-demand site that I'm able to sell all my designs on a whole bunch of different products, including phone cases, socks, bags, clocks, books, hoodies, t-shirts, all of that. So all sorts of stuff. So yeah, go check it out. Support your boy, help me out. 10% of every sale is actually going to go to charity, so I hope that's something appealing to you as well. And yeah, I'm not going to stop self-promoting because it's very important that I do. If I don't, who's going to do it? So yeah, this has been Mohammed Imam, aka MIVisuals, here for the blueprint. Today we talked about Instagram carousels, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you next week, but in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay creative.